Hello everybody, welcome back to another Gunpla video. I'll try to make things short, but there's lots of pictures. I finally built the Police Zaku. It did give me some trouble. I thought it would be easier because it was a newer set, but I guess I was wrong. It was actually quite difficult. Here's the head. I just, again, approximately 20-minute interval, so when I calculated it took me about 6 hours to build this, but it's even more once you count in the times where I had to spend separating the parts. I'll let you know later on. So I did not use the sticker, and I used the metallic red paint marker. It looks okay, but the only problem is once you put the head on, you can't see anything because it's like a massive shadow. Yeah, and here's part of the start of the chest, and it got most of the chest. You can see it's barely noticeable, barely, just barely. It's yeah. Started on the arm there, I believe. Yes. So I'm just trying to. So this is a lot of tiny pieces, and I honestly found it a little bit frustrating. I kept on dropping the pieces, and you'll see later on there's nub marks and seam lines galore. So what happened is I think I was trying to fix some of the nub marks on the head, and the knife slipped out of my finger and dropped straight between my legs. Luckily, no injury. I did not cut my hand or my leg, but like definitely that was very scary. And after that, I just decided to put this plastic bin here and try to put my arms on top of it. So when I do shave the nub marks, if I drop the knife, hopefully it'll drop into the box, the container over here, and not anywhere near me, right? But of course, sometimes I still hold it a little bit close to me, especially with this lamp in the way. So yeah, because now with the lamp and this thing, there's like less clearance for me to, because I have to move the lamp closer and have some, yeah, there's less clearance, less room to work with. It's kind of annoying. And since I'm closer to the lamp, my arms is a little bit more safer, but then also the light is more blinding. So yeah, anyway, continuing with the Police Zaku, at this point I'm refusing to put on the stickers, but yeah. And then just slowly putting these arms together. I saw Ray Studio, he completely removed this and replaced it with like a brass rod or something. I don't want to do that. What I could do is cut away with this with the hobby knife, but I'm afraid that'll make this part more weaker and vulnerable. So once I get my primer in the mail, I'm gonna probably just paint it over it and some other spots, and then use the paint markers to paint over the rest. Because it's just like if I'm painting, yeah, like the thrusters and this part, so I can paint a whole bunch of areas with the primer, so that's fine. But then afterwards, it might be annoying to just to take out a little bit of paint on a brush and clean it and stuff just to do the black spot over here. And then the thrusters, I'm going to be using the metallic silver and the red. So I don't know. I haven't decided. Yeah, I think like small details, I just want to stick to the paint markers, but I still want to try priming it first to make it a little bit better. Because at least primer I can use the same color for everything. So I just need one brush. But if I'm doing, oh, black pieces over here, and then the silver for the thrusters exterior, and then the red for the thrusters interior, then I have to use like, well, I could use the same brush 3 times and keep on washing it, or use 3 separate brushes and wash 3 separate brushes. But yeah, I want to save the brushing for like, say, if I wanted to paint the whole thing, then yeah, definitely do the hand painting. But it's just a few spots. I think paint marker is the way to go for now. And I'm building the legs, and I'm still refusing to use the stickers, but I'm going to soon need it. And here's this thing, and I'm like, oh no, I think I have to put the stickers now, because if I don't put the stickers now, once I put all these pieces in the way, it's going to mess me up. And I failed to realize I put this thing the wrong way. It should be facing this direction, the hip joint. And yeah, so I was like, this sticker's ass. Look at this huge gap over here, and then like this one isn't even straight. And yeah, I don't like it because it's like, why is it angled like that? It should have been just a straight sticker. I could just wrapped around it easily. I don't understand why they made it all angular like that. It's really annoying. And some people said they used the decals instead, but the decals are the same shape, so I would run into the same issue. So over here, what I did was put it on the other side, the underside, where I try to roll it in. This side is straight, so this one looks okay, but it doesn't go into a crevice. This one goes into the crevice, but also there's like excess because it turns at an angle, and over here there's a gap. And then on the other side, so the front side looks great, and the back side looks horrible. Like, what is this? Because they're both at an angle. I don't understand. What is the point of the angle? Was I supposed if I rotate this to be straight over here, then there'll be a gap over here. So like I don't understand. Something's wrong with these stickers. Over here it just says, oh, I guess tuck it in, smush it in. And also these stickers are very soft, and when I was smushing, like trying to adjust them, they started tearing, which is really annoying. So for the other side, I decided let me try using the paint marker, and it actually looks okay from the distance, but when you zoom in, it looks nasty looking. But honestly, like look at this one. It's not much better. Like this ugly ass gap, and then this one is not misaligned. At least this one is on the other side. You can't really see it, but this gap is really noticeable. So yeah, it's actually not too bad, and it goes into the crevice like it's supposed to. It's not perfectly straight. If I had masking tape, it probably might be better. And here's the other side. I did use like a toothpick at the suggestion of someone else to try to clean it up. It looks okay. It's not perfect. I mean, if you compare this one is more straight despite the jaggedy edges. It's really the jaggedy edges that ruins it. If I had masking tape, I could tape it like a almost perfectly straight line, and it would be so much easier. But that's like even more money just to make this slightly straighter. Definitely, I'll probably want masking tape later on if I try to like paint my own decals or something like logos and stuff. Extra details like lines or camouflage stuff like that. But for now, this is gonna be just sticking into my box. Here you go. This is wrong. It's supposed to be facing this direction. This hip joint. So yeah, so the leg is wrong. I did not notice it at all. The I don't know if it's noticeable. This this side it's like more solid white, but here you can see like the dark blue plastic peeking through the sticker. And again over here, it's not that noticeable from here, but this one I put the white paint marker on top of the sticker, something different. It doesn't really go well on the sticker. There's tons of brush marks, but since the camera, it doesn't pick it up unless you look at it like with a magnifying glass. But here you can see the dark blue kind of seeping through the sticker, at least on this side. Over here, it's more solid looking, more brighter looking. Just from looking at these two, I guess if I didn't point it out, it's probably not that noticeable. But since I painted it on, I feel like this side is more brighter, more solid white than this side. Yeah, and then I zoomed in for a better look. I would say it's a little bit more brighter, but you can definitely see all these tiny little brush marks, brush strokes. And also there's gaps in the stickers. You can see these tiny little bubbles. So for this one, I decided to take a hobby knife and just start poking holes and try to flatten it, and then just paint over it with the white marker. Slightly, like maybe 1% to 5% slightly improvement. And then I finally realized that hip joint was completely wrong. It took me like 20 minutes to separate it because look at how many pieces this is. Just for this one thigh. Like usually for the high grade kits, the thigh is just two pieces, two halves. You got the joint and you got this part, and then you have the back half, and then you got these two pieces and two more over there, and this wire thing, it's like it was annoying. And then these thrusters and like yeah. And this thing is what really it was really difficult. You can see it's starting to mess up the plastic because it was so difficult to get out of this part. I was so mad, I almost snipped this right off. Honestly, I don't think you need it because the underside has a peg that goes over here. I think that's perfectly good enough. Yeah. So I did finally fix it. Took forever, at least 20 minutes, probably 30 minutes. I was really frustrated with that. And working on this limb and made sure the the hip joint is completely correct this time. And yeah, so I can notice, I didn't notice at this point, but you can see the sticker is over here, right? And this sticker is over there, but it should be over here, so it lines up with this one. Again, I don't know if you can tell what I'm talking about. The sticker is over here. It should be over here, but instead it's over there. So I messed that up. Yeah, like I said, the sticker should be lined up. I think what happened was, oh, this is in the middle of these two pieces. So I did it the same in the middle of these two pieces, but in fact, it's supposed to be over here. So yeah, I suck at reading instructions. I really struggle with this kit. And then by the end, I'm like, what the hell? I did not cut off these pieces and attach them to the legs over here, to the feet. And I have this thing that's supposed to go over covering this area over here in the torso. Yeah, so I really messed this build up. Yeah. So I was almost finished, but then I had to go back and spend like another 20 minutes fixing that up. Then I finally finished all those pieces and finished the weapons. Yeah, and Ray Studio, again, they use the drill and hobby knife to clean up this area, so it's just a triangle. I forgot what it's called, but that thing that's like, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't, yeah, tripod? Yeah, yeah, something like that. Or bipod or something like that. Yeah, for the weapon stand. So you're supposed to, well, you don't have to, but you can use a knife and clean it up. But I know for sure if I do that, it's gonna look really ugly looking. I mean, this right by itself is kind of ugly looking, to be honest. But if I cut it up, it'll look even worse. So I was contemplating if I should paint the thrusters and these pipes silver, maybe mostly the pipes. I mean the thrusters and these two areas, these two clip areas. But in the end, well, that's why I took these pictures so I can do the comparison. And the shield, I didn't put the sticker on because I was thinking maybe I should try painting the letters M and P for military police because the kit has a sticker, but it's in kanji, so I guess it's probably Japanese for military police. But I can't read that. And plus, Ray Studio again use hand painted the kanji, and I definitely cannot do that. I could try doing an M and a P, but it's probably gonna be really hard. And plus, it looks because of the sticker, because it's indented and stuff, it's gonna look kind of bad with a sticker. I don't know. And then, like I said, I want to paint all these thrusters, the outside silver and the inside red, but I want to wait for the primer to do that, so it'll be a lot easier. And I don't think, and then also I'll probably want to paint parts of the Zaku machine gun as well. Like maybe like the gun barrel, metallic silver, and parts of the just random bits over here, different colors, like over here maybe metallic silver or something. This thing metallic silver maybe. But it doesn't, not definitely not this piece because it goes into the hand, not the handles itself because it'll get touched a lot. So maybe this part I can paint black. If I trim it out, it will look better for sure. Honestly, and also when you're cutting this, this might get in the way. But honestly, what you could do is maybe just cut this piece entirely and then just have like a two-prong tripod. It's not even a tripod. Was it a bipod or something? But it's probably not going to look that great. It honestly, this looks awkward. I don't know why is it like this. Why is this a random piece over here? I don't know. Is that how weapon tripods? I feel like it's just two pieces. Or if there's a third piece, it would be sticking this way. What is this? I don't know. I don't know if what I'm saying makes any sense. And then here I tried to replicate some poses from the manual or dalong.net, which is the Korean website which has like every single gunpla kit and tons of more. I don't know how you can afford to buy every single gunpla kit in existence. He even has all the limited edition ones, I think. P Bandai's, he got them all. How does he have space for every single kit in existence? I have no idea. He even has like pictures, the reviews of the vintage kits from literally every single kit that's ever existed produced by Bandai. He got them. He got like a bajillion pictures and uploads. Yeah, dalong.net. All right. So I tried to do front views and back views, and then here's these uh, electric rod, and then that's the shield. I mean, it looks pretty cool, honestly. And then there's the Heat Hawk. Definitely want to try painting that as well. Or maybe I'll get one of the duplicates from my Zaku's and paint one of those first as a test subject. Since this one is a little bit more unique, I believe. Don't want to mess it up. And I decided to do a dual wield, the rifle in one hand and the Heat Hawk in the other. And I guess I removed the electric rod over there. And here I try to do the two-hand pose. And it's really annoying because these shoulders, these arms, these limbs, it's really crappy articulation in my opinion. Definitely, like I could do this pose with the Zaku 1 and Zaku 2 easily. This one was really annoying. I guess because the joints are, there's no polycap, so it's like super tight and it's really annoying. And this handle barely fit into the fist. I had to like remove it and stuff. Yeah. And these new kits, their joints, they're not made out of polycaps, so they're like super tight. That probably means it'll last longer in the long run. But when you're trying to pose them, like it feels like I'm about to break it because I don't know which way it can go, which way it can turn, because it's so tight. I can't even tell, is it just stuck? It's just not movable at all, or is it just really tight? Yeah. Because like the hip joints here, the legs can move like it could be perfectly straight or spread out a little bit like this, but just only a little bit. So you don't want to uh, move it too much, otherwise you'll break it probably. It's definitely a little bit limited, probably because of these giant fuel thrusters or whatever, fuel pods or whatever. That definitely gets in the way of the hip rotation articulation, so they couldn't really make it like more articulate. Definitely need those action bases, but they're coming soon. So in the future reviews, I'll be able to use the action bases to instead of using my hand. Before I was just doing standing poses, but I saw some people they use their hands to hold it up, and it looks cool. I mean, definitely my hand detracts from it overall, but and then compared to my other Zaku's and the Goof is not a Zaku, but you can see like he has a similar head, similar, similar legs, torso, and stuff like that. I mean, it's not 100% the same, but it has all those pipes and stuff. And it's blue. So definitely the military Zaku reminds me definitely a lot of the Goof because of the color scheme, basically. Yeah. They are going to make the regular Zaku 2 and Charged Zaku 2, but after how much painful it was to build this, I don't know if I want those. I low-key want to like cancel all my GQuuuuuX pre-orders because this was really super annoying to build, and I have a feeling I would have trouble with the other ones as well. But they're nowhere near release, so I might want to pre cancel them anyway in case like other stores have them in stock and then there's a sale or whatever I can buy it all together. But yeah, and then again just to compare Zaku 2, and then the Goof because this is a blue and because these both are Zaku 2s. This is a Zaku 2, right? I'm not even sure. Is the Police Zaku the same as the Zaku 2? I think so. I mean, definitely looks like it, kind of. But the head is really small, arms really small, legs really small, except for the thrusters. The hips over here are humongous. Everything is small except for the hips, basically. I don't know why the hips are like. Looks like, yeah. Shield is smaller. Yeah. That's basically it. So enough rambling. Hopefully you enjoyed this video in 20 minutes long. Jeez. I was rambling about all the mistakes I had and all the struggles I had on this kit. Yeah. And definitely do not like the stickers. And from what I read, other people also dislike the stickers as well. There's way too many stickers, honestly. For here, you kind of have no choice. But honestly, you could just not have the stickers and just pretend it's like a goof. Yeah. I mean, this sticker is okay, but yeah. Honestly, you could just not have the stickers and just pretend it's a goof. Just do some modifications and you got yourself a goof. GQuuuuuuX goof. I did see somebody basically turn this into a camphor, just replace like the arms and the head with the camphor and just keep the legs. Yeah. And maybe it's, I don't know about what they did with the torso, but yeah. Since it's blue, you could definitely try to make your own GQuuuuuuX goof or GQuuuuuuX camphor. All right. Thank you for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.